Hello, everyone. It is I, Chastity White Rose, and today I want to do a mostly talking live stream because I was trying to do some gaming live streams and that went somewhat good. I've also been experimenting with OBS Studio, seeing what it lets me do, and it can let me do things sometimes, but once in a while there are technical glitches that just happen. Like I wasn't able to shut it down. It was weird. Another thing that's very annoying when you are trying to make Tetris videos, but you want your camera on the screen. The trouble is that I can't see where my video feed is supposed to be built to the board because whenever you pause the game, then it blocks view of the board entirely. So then it doesn't let me set up my stream. But anyway, enough about Tetris. I'm a Tetris addict. I want to talk about comedy today. Um, I want to talk about what's funny, what's not funny, and the problem of defining what comedy is. And one more thing I do want to do though is I may be playing some Tetris with my friend Eris tonight, so I want to let Eris know, that they can comment on my stream as well, because yeah, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, Eris, you can comment on my stream to let me know when you are ready for some Tetris. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing is that whenever somebody, if you find the Facebook post or YouTube, whenever somebody comments on the video on Facebook or YouTube or even Twitter, because this is streaming to Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at once. Now, my StreamYard subscription, which will be ending soon. Last year, when I was in a better place financially, I paid the fee for the whole year to have an upgraded premium account for 3 platform streaming. And I love StreamYard. And to tell you the truth, it's worth it, but it was like $200. And my financial situation right now, I can't afford to spend $200. So I canceled my subscription, but it doesn't end until February 7th. So I still have 3 platforms streaming right now. So I can stream to multiple platforms. So anyway, so just so people know, I can see people's comments live. Oh, Walnut and Walnut report said, it's alive. Yes, Walnut, I am alive. It's been a long time since I've just had a really good, relaxing, fun live stream. So yeah, I saw his comment from YouTube, and then this was my comment that I posted on Facebook to let Eris know to comment to let me know when they're ready for some Tetris. So that's the idea. So Facebook comments and YouTube comments show up in the stream right here. So it shows me on the side whenever somebody comments. So anybody who leaves me a comment, if you have a comment, a question, something to say, I will see it while I'm still streaming the video. That's what I love about StreamYard, is that it lets me do that. I see the comments. So I'm live streaming, so any mistakes stay in. So anyway, I want to talk about comedy. Now, I plan to launch a comedy career somehow because sometimes I'm funny, but it's never when I'm trying to be funny. It's always accidental. And as my roommate can tell you, everything is accidental.
Everything is accidental.
Yeah. And also,
and respectfully.
Yeah. Also, I am live streaming, so you can say hi at any time. This is just to relax anything. I
don't really have anything funny to say, but sure, I'll say hi.
You say funny things all the time, River. Like seriously.
I didn't even think of anything funny to say.
Well,
Rape chips.
Rem chips. Okay, next. Let's talk.
Lunchbox.
Okay, now let's talk about yesterday when you asked me if I would rather have sex or eat a chicken sandwich.
And your answer was?
That I would prefer to be shot by the person holding the gun. Because I'm like, why do I have to choose one of these? You're like, someone's holding a gun to your head. And I'm like, can I just be shot instead?
These
Like, or maybe I'll murder the person who is holding a gun to my head, trying to make me
In
make.
that scenario, it would be me.
But why would you do that? You wouldn't
I
do.
wouldn't even do that. The person
You wouldn't even do that. You're vegan also, so you
Yeah,
would not be trying to get me to eat a chicken sandwich or have sex.
Or a live tarantula.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing. Now that wouldn't happen. But that being said, if somebody was trying to have sex with me, I would probably murder them.
You'd probably kill them dead.
Yes, because I am generally pro-life, but that's self-defense if somebody tries to rape me.
In that case, yeah, that is self-defense.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that's my roommate. my roommate River is hilarious and is always saying funny things. He brings a lot of joy to my life. Yes, Walnut, it is very cold outside there. It's extremely, well, it's not as cold as it was yesterday, but it's still pretty cold. It's like in the 50s, but it was like below freezing yesterday. It was horrible. And it can be troubling when I have to work, you know. And so interesting things happen all the time. It's those accidental things that I find are the funniest things. Now, I have been searching while I play Tetris or maybe I'm playing RuneScape. I will get on YouTube or Facebook and I'll look up comedians, and it makes me laugh. Some things are funny, I'll admit, but there are two types of comedians. There's the type of comedians that are not funny, and those are the kinds of people who all they do is cuss and talk about sex. Like that's literally all they do. And that is now that appeals to a lot of people. It gets them views and it gets them popular because most people have sex, and so they think these things are funny because they know what it's about. But to me, it's not funny because I don't know. I haven't had sex. I'm not a sexual person. But then there's also the fact that it almost implies that the only things that are funny are the things that are sexual. You know, like that's not true. There's a lot of funny things that have nothing to do with sex. Oh, aside from unicorns, do you folks have any pets? No, we don't really have any pets currently. Although my roommate River wants to have a pet tarantula, and I have mixed feelings about this. You know, and I like if River can if he wants to get his own tarantula and do something with that, you know, that's fine. Just keep it far away from me. And it's kind of interesting too because now as a vegan, I personally don't really agree with the idea of having pets exactly. You know what I mean? Like especially buying something from a pet store. Like if you're rescuing an animal, you know, it's a different story, you know. But like my ethics would forbid me from ever buying a pet from a pet shop. So if I had a pet, it would be, you know, some animal that I found injured that I was taking care of to release back into the wild. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it is with vegans and pets. But my roommate really wants to have a pet tarantula too. So that's a little interesting. But yeah, also, you know, it's really kind of strange because I can't afford a pet right now. Although I think a tarantula would be low maintenance. But what would I feed it? Because you know we would try to feed the tarantula vegan. We totally would. I mean, there actually is a vegan spider. I saw a video of it. It's a spider that it can make webs like other spiders, but it eats leaves. You know, like I think River should just get a vegan spider, a spider that just eats leaves. That would be easy to feed because we're not going to be killing animals to feed to a tarantula. But maybe you can feed a tarantula leaves. Maybe they would be okay with that. We don't know. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, let's see here. Now, where was I going? Oh, yeah, I was talking about comedy. Now, there's a lot of funny things that have nothing to do with sex. And let me tell you about my favorite comedians of all time. Now, I have seen a lot of comedians. I haven't seen them all. My top favorite is probably Tim Hawkins. If you haven't heard of Tim Hawkins, you need to look him up. Tim Hawkins is actually a Christian comedian. Now, here's the thing about Christian comedians is they're funny to me because they tell all these jokes about what happened in church. They tell their experiences of the crazy things people said in church. And as somebody who was raised in church, who grew up going to church, my whole time as a kid, I find that stuff extremely funny because it's relatable. So for something to be funny, it has to be relatable. It has to be something that you have experience with, or something. You have to know something about it. You know what I mean? And so if you don't even know what's being talked about, it's not very funny. And that was the case when I was playing Crabs Adjust Humidity with my friend Lucas. Oh, that's right, Lucas. You know what? I forgot to text my friend Lucas. Well, that's another thing. But yeah, I used to go to my friend Lucas's house and we would play Crabs Adjust Humidity. Now, Crabs Adjust Humidity is a parody game of Cards Against Humanity. Have you heard of Cards Against Humanity? Well, Crabs Adjust Humidity is a lot like it, but they couldn't use the same title because it was already taken, so they did Crabs Adjust Humidity, which sounds just similar enough that you can get the idea. So here's what was funny when we played Crabs Adjust Humidity is that, if you haven't played the game, let me explain it. So you have, people have cards with blanks, like their sentences with blanks. But then people have other cards that have words that are supposed to fill in the blanks. So people have to choose a certain card to fill in the blanks. It's like playing Mad Libs, honestly. But when I was the judge, the way it works is the judge has to decide which is the funniest. So it's subjective. This is a subjective game. There's really no point system. It's all about entertainment and just relaxing with what it's all about. But when I'm the judge, I read the card that has the blanks, and then they have to choose cards in their hand that fill the blanks, and I have to choose which is funny. And I was in a position where I didn't know what any of those things meant. I didn't know what a blue waffle was. And I think I looked it up later, and then I forgot, and I don't want to look it up again because it was too traumatic. I remember that much. But that game, while somewhat funny, was mostly too sexual. Once again, that seems to be a very common theme. But when I'm talking about Tim Hawkins and his church jokes, that stuff is funny. But then he has other things that are funny that aren't even Christian related. And there's also Michael Jr. Michael Jr. Is another Christian comedian. He's a black guy, and he's really funny. He really is. And he was even in a movie called Selfie Dad. There's a movie, last I saw, I watched it for free on YouTube. It was free to watch on YouTube. Look it up. It's Selfie Dad. It's about this dad of this family who starts posting videos to social media and trying to entertain people, trying to get views, and it's actually very funny. But Michael Jr. is a Christian comedian, as is Tim Hawkins, and Christian comedians are interesting. And the reason that they're interesting is because often the only comedians that are not just using the F word and talking about how they fucked this person and that person are the Christians. And I find that interesting. Now, there are other comedians that I think are somewhat funny, such as George Carlin. Now, George Carlin is dead, but a lot of people know who George Carlin is, and he was somewhat funny. But he couldn't go a sentence without using the F word. Seriously. Oh. Becky says, please write the names you mentioned in your show notes. She's cooking. Ah, yes, that is a good idea. So let me make sure that I am spelling these names right. I'm going to do a quick Google search. Okay. I'm going to give links, okay? So the first one is a link to Tim Hawkins' website, and the website basically has his name. His name is Tim Hawkins. So there's that, and then there is okay. Then there is Michael Jr. Yes, I totally should um, give resources so that yeah, you'll be able to show Becky these links so that they can see these comedians I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, those are the ones I recommend. There are some others that I don't really recommend so much, though. I may include them, but those are the famous ones. Bill Maher is a political commentator. Well, I'll write his name. Okay, Bill Mayer, and then there is George Carlin. Okay, is another one. Okay, so yeah, these are, yeah, those are some comedians I know. There are a lot of comedians that I don't remember the names of. Oh, there is one comedian. Okay, now Dave Chappelle. Okay, Dave Chappelle. I'm gonna mention every comedian's name that I can think of. Now, Dave Chappelle, I have mixed feelings about because while he is extremely funny, and he's funny in that way that black guys are only funny. I don't know. There's something funny about black guys, the way they talk, and the stories they tell about being black and stuff that is hilarious to me. Um, but the problem with Dave Chappelle is, I saw a few of his clips, and he's really funny in a lot of stuff, especially when he talks about transgender people, because I find it funny. It's relatable. I'm transgender, and when he makes jokes about transgender people, I find it funny. But then I actually watched the first season of the Chappelle Show, um, and some of it was funny, but I would estimate that only 5% of it was actually funny. Most of it was just all this stuff about sex. Like I got so annoyed, and so that's why I listen to Christian comedians, and I don't listen to regular standard comedians that just use the F word and all the time because it's not funny. Just because you use a bunch of words that don't mean anything, um, and then you make jokes about who was sexy or hot and who you fucked, that's not funny to me. That's really not, And so I've been thinking about this, well, what makes something funny? Like I mentioned before, it has to be relatable. And I suppose that works for a lot of people, but that doesn't really work for me. So for something to be relatable, well, that's subjective. It depends on who you are as a person, what you find funny. So a good comedian is somebody who has a lot of different types of content, has a variety of things they talk about, so that at least someone in the audience will relate to it and they'll find it funny. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, so that's the thing is you have to have a variety because people are all different. And they all have things that are funny to them, but may not be funny to others. Oh, hey, I have an idea. Hey, River, do you hear me? Oh, he can't hear me. He has the earbuds in. I was going to ask River to mention the names of his favorite comedians. But yeah, it's interesting because the more weird of a person you are, the harder it is to find comedy that suits you. Now, well, that honk was pretty funny. Oh, the honk. Oh, when I blew my nose. Yeah, you like that? If you think that was funny, you should hear my farts. But yeah, anyway, oh yeah, so I was watching a okay, I was watching a comedy horror film. Okay. Now I don't really watch horror movies, but this one is also a comedy. And the title of this one is called Teeth. In fact, okay, I should find a link to that. Okay, because I want to talk. We never even finished watching the movie because now I could finish it on my own, but I was in the middle of it with River. We were watching it together. River's seen it before, but then River gets tired and goes to bed, and I'm like, I'm halfway in the middle of this movie, and I want to see whose dick gets cut off next. That's the funny thing about it. I gotta tell you about this one. Yeah, okay, so I got, let's see, Teeth movie. Yeah, I got to tell you about this movie because it was it was so funny. Now I found it. I'm going to post a link to the Wikipedia article about this because it's really quite funny. And for whatever odd reasons, it says I can't post comments to some destinations. Learn more. Um, yeah, well, I'm not sure. If okay, if I click on learn more, um, okay, I can read them um, on here, but it doesn't let the comments that I post on the chat while I'm doing the stream show up on YouTube but not Facebook, which is weird. Um, but yeah, let's see here. Okay, if you want viewer comments to show up on Facebook, you need to make your streams public on Facebook. Oh, it's not public on Facebook? I thought my stream was public. Oh, I see. So by default, okay, how to make all your future streams public. Um, okay, yeah, because I thought my comments would show up on Facebook, but apparently the settings. Okay, I want to see here. I want to see because StreamYard is connected. Yeah, this is technical details, but why is it not? Yeah, that's strange. I wanted my comments to show up on Facebook as well. Okay. Yeah, why is it not showing up? Well, I know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'm just going to go directly. Uh, okay, I want to edit the privacy. Okay, I'll just manually set it to public. So that's just weird. So yeah, so hopefully my future comments, because it just makes it friends only. Um, so that's weird. Okay, so anyway, now that I've done that, I think I made it public. So okay. Eris Casey said I laughed out loud too. Teeth is such an outrageous film. You should watch Tusk. Okay, yeah, and then yeah. See, I can see the comments. Okay, and Walnut says gonna fly out. It's been good visiting with you, Jesse. I Rose. Bye, Mark. Okay, good. So anyway, here's why I found the movie Tea funny, and I haven't even finished it, but I love it so far. So get this. I don't want to spoil the whole movie, but long story short, there is this. There's like this Christian group that's about abstinence and waiting until you're married to have sex, and so there's this girl who's a virgin, um, and she's waiting until she marries someone before she has sex. But then this guy that she likes and she hangs out with, he tries to rape her, but he doesn't know that her vagina has teeth, and her teeth of her vagina cut his dick off, which is hilarious. And the reason this is hilarious is partly because of the Christian background I come from, and I know how Christians talk. But then, I mean, I'm sure at some point every female who has been raped by somebody wish they had teeth down there. And to have a movie where somebody actually does have teeth in their vagina that just bites somebody's penis off, I find that hilarious. That's hilarious because if that existed, if that was a regular thing to happen, I would believe in intelligent design. Because then that way they couldn't be raped because then if they didn't want to have sex, well they just use their vagina teeth and bite the rapist's dick off. And some people might think that's harsh, but it's like if you don't want your if you don't want your dick cut off, then don't rape people. It's that simple, you know. So that movie, I thought it was going to be scary, but I actually didn't find it scary. It's weird because the yeah, the humor of it, like yeah, Eric Casey says I think I find more humor in absurdity than relatability. Absurdity. Well, I found teeth relatable, but also absurd. I suppose it's funny. Things that are absurd, things that are just crazy and that don't make much sense. Like there was another horror movie I watched. It was called In the Mouth of Madness, and in that movie, nothing made sense. But that's the kind of movie that you watch once and then never again because it scared me. It scared me too much. But I watched people's reviews of it, but then watching the actual movie was a whole different thing. It was very strange and it was scary. And I'm easily scared. I'm not someone who usually watches horror movies, um, but my roommate knows every horror movie, and we also started watching the Picture Horror Show. But then that one, just like Teeth, we never finished it because River starts a movie with me and then goes to bed and then the movie remains unfinished. And I don't really want to finish it on my own because it's more fun to finish the movie with River. So it's funny how that works. So there's a whole bunch of half-finished movies that I have that we just haven't finished, and I haven't finished watching because I'm waiting for River to finish it with me. We're also supposed to watch Labyrinth. So I don't know what if we're ever going to finish these movies, but some movies are funny. Oh, speaking of funny movies, here's a very funny movie you've got to see. You have to see Good Burger. Okay, so Good Burger, it's like an older movie, and it's really funny. It's about these two competing burger fast food restaurants, and I don't want to spoil it all, but the one of the main characters' name is Ed, and he works at Good Burger. He's like, "Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger." Okay, and I take your order, and so many funny things happen in that movie. My mom watched that movie. It was free on YouTube. It was like the free with ads movie on YouTube. And my mom watched it on her own, and then she wanted to watch it with me so I can see how funny it is. And I'm like, that is pretty funny. So then ever since I'm like, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes, yeah. Like that movie was just great. There are so many good movies. There's so many funny movies. There's so many movies that have an inspiring story. Movies are good. I like movies. I could easily talk about movies all day, but actually, I want to talk about My Little Pony for a while. Okay, so I have this friend. Okay, so I have a friend. I'm going to be very vague here. I have a friend that I talk about My Little Pony with. I have a friend who likes My Little Pony, but he he doesn't want people to know how much he loves My Little Pony because he's afraid of being made fun of. And this is an important thing to talk about. The fact that people are afraid people will make fun of them because they like a certain cartoon. And let me tell you, I have experienced some of this hatred, okay? Because I'm a brony, I love My Little Pony. I have watched like every episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I've watched all the Equestria Girls movies. I've even watched a few episodes from the 80s version of My Little Pony. Like, I am a My Little Pony fanatic. And so this friend who's closeted about his My Little Pony liking has only me to talk about My Little Pony with because he knows that I like My Little Pony. And the very fact that he has to keep this a secret because he's afraid that people will make fun of him and give him crap because he likes a cartoon, that shows that we have a lot of work to do, okay? Because seriously, like, let me explain something to you people, okay? You people may not know this, you normal people out there, but let me explain something. See, men are made fun of for a lot of things. Now, I'm a biological male, but I'm transgender, and so that's the thing about it is that I refer to myself with female pronouns. My name is Chastity White Rose. It's the girliest name I could choose. But part of it is, women women and men, I'm talking biological males and females here. Biological males, those born with, the parts they have, they are not allowed to watch My Little Pony without being made fun of. Like, wait, no, you are not allowed to like this cartoon because you were born with a penis. What? Like, what? What the hell? Like, what? Like, you can't. No, you can't like a children's show because you were born with testicles. Like, really? Like, and this is the kind of crap that the bronies have to put up with. Now, a brony is a brother who loves ponies, although brony also refers to people of all genders these days who are fans of the show. And that's weird to me. And the transgender experience is made weird by the fact that people insist that certain clothing and certain books and TV shows or movies are for boys or girls, or certain toys are for boys or girls. And it's like seriously, I remember this one time, this woman came to me. I was in the little cafeteria that my old Hy-Vee used to have before they remodeled. And this woman gave me the sports page of her newspaper and said, "Well, you're a guy, so you would like the sports page." And I'm like, "Really?" And I didn't say this, but I was thinking, wait, you mean to tell me that you assume that I was born with a penis and therefore I want to read about sports in the newspaper? Like, really? Like, I didn't say that to her, but that's what I was thinking. Like, really now? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, we have a comment. Yeah, it says, "I went through a lot of that in my childhood at home. I was always criticized for things I like, being girly or gay." Yeah, and I'm so sorry that happened to you, Eris. That is so sad, and we all have our response to that. We all have our response to that kind of thing. Because some people's response is to be like my anonymous friend that I mentioned, and they keep it hidden and only share their secret with a few people that they absolutely trust with their secrets. Other people have a different response, like I do. Now, my response is to be as girly and gay as I possibly can. Like, I kid you not, like, the more girly I can be, the more things that I can watch that are not stereotypically allowed for males, well, I say it's all the better. I mean, really, like, it has the opposite effect because some people, the purpose of this shaming is to make people conform and hide their gayness or their transness. And it worked on my other friend that I mentioned. It's too bad he's that way. But some people like me are just a little bit too honest, and we're just our true selves. And that's just a fact. Is that oh man, so many things. I not only like My Little Pony, but like I love all kinds of girly things. You have no idea. I like the cute unicorn things, and it's interesting because, like, oh man, there's so much that people don't know. But now here's what I want people to understand is that just because you like My Little Pony or you like playing with dolls or whatever, that doesn't mean that you're gay and that doesn't mean that you're transgender. But at the same time, it could. Only you can decide that for yourself, really, what your situation is. But what I found that was interesting, I remember this. When I was a little kid, I had to be, 4 or 5 years old. They gave me a girl toy in my in my Happy Meal. This is back when I went to McDonald's. Like, I was a kid. I wasn't vegan as a kid. My mom took me to McDonald's. I didn't know any better. And I got a Barbie in my Happy Meal. And then I went back and told them to correct it because, like, I didn't know what to do with the Barbie. But I have nothing against Barbies. I really have nothing against Barbies, except for the fact that they're too skinny. Like, they're unrealistic. I feel like Barbie set a bad example for for girls that they have to be skinny like that. There was at one time, I saw a video about this. There was actually a pregnant Barbie, but it was recalled. And do you know why pregnant Barbie was recalled? Because they parents were concerned that it would encourage teen pregnancy. Like, wait. First of all, by the time people are teenagers, they're not really so much into Barbies anyway. But also, I'm pretty sure that if you are obsessed with Barbies, that will probably keep you from getting pregnant because you'll be far too busy playing with your Barbies to have a boyfriend that wants to have sex until you get you pregnant. So I think Barbies in all their forms encourage celibacy. That's my opinion. But hey, what the hell do I know? I'm just a confused virgin. But yeah, weird stories, just very weird stories. But I just don't like it that people are made fun of for liking certain things. You can like what you want. You can watch the movies or cartoons that you want, and it's really strange because these sexist attitudes are everywhere, oh man, yeah, I don't want to get too depressed talking about all that. But anyway, I think that back to comedy. Now the thing is, certain things are funny because they're relatable or because they're just so absurd. But what other things make things funny? I'm trying to think. Does anybody have any comments with other elements of funniness? Because I think, oh, I know, the elements of comedy. Yeah, just like the elements of harmony from My Little Pony, the elements of comedy. I must find all the elements of comedy. That's how to make great comedy. Oh, yes. Friendship and magic are not just masculine traits. Lol. Irony. Yes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, isn't it strange that friendship is considered a female thing? That to be friends with somebody, you have to be female? Well, that sounds like a strange message, but that was a message that I believed when I was a kid. I remember there was this girl this would have been like 1995. It was 1994, 1995, I know. And there was this girl that said that she couldn't play with me because her father does not allow her to have friends that are boys. And I was like 7 years old, and I'm like, wait, what? And I this kept happening, like certain things would happen where even when I was a little kid, like, oh, you can't hang out with girls. You can't be friends with girls. And then the girls were mean to the boys, and the boys were mean to the girls, and all this stuff. And so there was an increasing desire to have just been born a girl so that I could be friends with girls, you know. And I think society's messed up messages like that probably encouraged me into my transgender ways a little bit. But that was just the way it was. The few friends that I did have growing up were all girls, because boys were gross. Like, I'm serious. Like, most boys were just into gross things, and they were into violence, and they were mean, and they would beat me up on the playground. Like, it was just all kinds of things. You know what I mean? So boys were mean and girls were nice. And that was like the message in My Little Pony almost, except that they don't really have the boys be mean in My Little Pony, but the main characters of the show are all female. They're all these girl ponies that are all friends. And then there's the elements of harmony. And one of them is magic. Twilight Sparkle is magic, and I'm not sure how you define magic. That means a lot of things to a lot of people or ponies. But the others are common virtues. There's kindness, honesty, generosity, loyalty. Okay, yeah. We have kindness, honesty, loyalty, generosity, laughter. Yes, laughter was the one I was missing. Yeah, and so there's the main six ponies, okay? So Twilight Sparkle is kind of like the smart brain of the group. Like she's smart and she reads books and she's very smart, but she's not very good at making friends until she moves to Ponyville and meets some interesting ponies. Pinkie Pie is the element of laughter, and she likes to make people laugh. She throws parties and she's just a goofball. Rarity, it makes dresses and she gives things to the other pony. She's generous. Applejack is honest. Applejack will always tell you exactly the truth, whether or not you need to hear it. You know. And then Fluttershy is kindness. Now, all the ponies are kind in that show, I think. But Fluttershy is special. Fluttershy has a lot of pet animals she takes care of, and she's so sweet. But I feel like kindness and honesty need to be balanced because there comes a time when people don't speak the truth and they don't speak up when they should because they're trying to be kind and not hurt someone's feelings. They have to be balanced. All of the elements of harmony need to be balanced. There's a time to laugh and a time not to laugh. There's a time to be kind and there's a time to speak the truth. Although I think speaking the truth is the kindest thing you can do. But they're all good. All these things are so good. There's so many good things in My Little Pony. That's why it's my favorite show of all time. And I'm so glad that I get to talk about it with my friend who likes My Little Pony. We talk a lot about ponies and our favorite ponies and the way they are in the show. We have so much fun talking about it. I just love talking with him about that. But yeah, people should be able to like whatever show they like. And there's a lot of comedy in My Little Pony. There's so many funny things that happen in that show. But what's the reason that show is perfect is, for one thing, there's no bloodshed. There's very little violence, and even that only happens when there's some villain who's doing something bad. They have villains, but usually they get hit with the rainbow of friendship and then they reform and they're good ponies. It's just funny how that works. But there's like almost no violence. There's nothing sexual in the whole show, but all kinds of crazy things happen, and it has great comedy. It's a very funny show, And so I think if you want good comedy for a TV show, you've got to watch My Little Pony. But you can also watch some of those movies I mentioned. So yeah, there's all kinds of ways to find comedy. You can even find comedy in video games. Like when I play Tetris and then I make a mistake, and then one time I was doing a live stream of Tetris, and I was laughing my head off because I was trying to figure out where to place those pieces and to try to continue my mechanical T-spin, and it was not working. But I found it funny. You can have fun playing video games, especially if you're playing RuneScape, because characters say weird things in that game. I play old school RuneScape sometimes, and it's kind of funny. I recently did a video where I was fighting green dragons for about an hour, leveling up my range. That was pretty cool. I don't know. Playing RuneScape is just relaxing because you don't have to think much. You just point and click. That's basically it. But yeah, there's so many good video games, so many good movies. You know what? There are a lot of good things in this world. There's a lot of bad things, but there's also a lot of good things too, And so appreciate the good and try to minimize the bad things as much as you can, Count your blessings. But yeah, seriously, so I just been thinking about comedy, listening to a lot of comedians, and I think about it daily. I think about what makes something funny. But I want to be a comedian. I want to be like a stand-up comedian, like Tim Hawkins or Michael Jr. But I'm going to be a little bit different because I'm not really a Christian comedian, but I'm not an atheist either. I'm kind of in that awkward in-between stage. Well, here's a good way of putting it. I'll never be a real Christian or a real atheist in the same way that I'll never be a real man or a real woman by society's definitions. And I think that society makes up the rules. They make up the rules. If you ask 10 different people what a Christian is, they'll all give you different answers. If you ask 10 different people what an atheist is, they'll give you different answers. You ask 10 different people what they find funny, what comedy is, they'll all give you different answers. You ask them what a man is, you'll get different answers. You'll get ask them what a woman is, you'll get different answers. Nobody knows. Let's just face it, people. Nobody knows anything. And so it's sort of like, here's an example. So I love talking about gender because I'm experienced with this. Okay, so if somebody asks what a woman is, and somebody responds, well, somebody who can get pregnant. Well, what if they're past menopause and they can't get pregnant? Are they no longer a woman? And you know what I mean? Like, or they might say, oh, a woman is someone with boobs. Well, what if they have a mastectomy and have a boob? Are they no longer a woman? Like, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, well, a woman is someone who has XX chromosomes. Okay, but you call people a woman and you haven't looked at their chromosomes. So how do you know? Oh, someone who looks like a woman. Well, what does a woman look like? Someone with boobs. And then we're back where we started, circular reasoning. Like seriously, like when you try to analyze and you try to get a solid definition of what a man or a woman is, you can't do it. You also can't get a solid definition of what a Christian is, because Protestants will say Catholics aren't Christians, the Catholics will say Protestants aren't Christians, and the people will say, oh, well, this person calls themselves a Christian, but they don't believe the whole Bible is the inerrant word of God, so they're not a Christian. Like people, they keep changing the definitions. They keep moving the goalposts. So nobody knows what any of these things are. Oh, here's a good one. What's a Democrat or a Republican? And, one time I was doing podcasts with people, and they were talking politics, and they were trying to tell me who I should vote for. It was Hillary Clinton, and I was not voting for Hillary Clinton. But I asked, is there like a list that shows what a Republican stands for and what a Democrat stands for? And even George Ortega, my co-host at the time, he didn't even know if there was an actual list. It's all these vague ideas. People talk about Democrats or Republicans, and there's vague ideas based on the stories I read and things I hear. But what does it really mean to be a Democrat or Republican? Because I'm neither. I'm really not. Just like I'm not a man, I'm not a woman, I'm not a Christian, I'm not an atheist, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I don't even think I'm American. Like, yeah, I was born in the United States of America, but that doesn't make me American. Like, being born on a chunk of land doesn't make you American any more than being born at a certain time of a year means that your horoscope is accurate. Like, it doesn't. Like, I'm not American, and my roommate is accidentally Canadian, and I'm accidentally comedian. Comedian is my new nationality. Yeah, because there's Canadians and there's comedians. I love it. Oh man. But yeah, it's fun to just think about all the funny movies and think about the long definitions. It's insane. And I used to do a lot of podcasts about the free will topic, the Free Will Science and Religion podcast, and that stuff was actually pretty good. We had some good talks. There's like 300 episodes, I think, of that show, maybe a little bit less. But like we talked about why free will is an illusion. But here's the thing that's interesting. So it became a question of definitions, because some people go with Daniel Dennett's compatibilist definition of free will, like you're doing what you want to do, therefore you have free will, sort of. But then that's not what the free will skeptics or the determinists are talking about. I'm a hardcore determinist, and I'm saying that yes, you may or may not be doing what you want, but what you want to do, that you didn't choose. So let me make that like this is this is just a little pet talk, but let me explain this. If people had free will, they would be able to choose their sexual orientation and their gender identity, and they could also choose to just not have mental illness. But we don't have these choices. People don't choose to be gay or transgender. And this is a well-known fact by people who experience this. Some people are like, well, why would you choose to be gay? Like, no, I didn't choose that. Why would you choose to be transgender? I even had a friend, a well-meaning but ignorant friend who said that to me. I'm like, why would you choose to be transgender? I'm like, well, it's not that I'm choosing. But what some people mean by that is they say, well, why would you choose to change your body or call yourself this or change your lifestyle? And it's like, well, quite simply because trying to be someone I'm not is a lot harder than just being myself, whatever the consequences may be. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing about it, is people don't choose their desires in the first place. Like, I didn't choose the fact that I like ketchup more than mustard. Although lately I like mustard also, but ketchup is my favorite condiment, you know? And you don't choose your tastes when it comes to food or your tastes in movies or comedy, and people don't choose their sexual orientation and that kind of thing. People just don't choose these things. And if they did choose them, what would that choice be based on? Because, okay, let's suppose people can choose their sexual orientation, so they all choose to be straight. Because if they choose to be gay, well, then people are mad at it. So they all choose to be straight, so then everybody's straight. That would be really boring. I think people are, I don't know, I think people are meant to be different. We're not all supposed to be the same. I really don't think so. Also, Eris, if you're still watching, when would you be ready for Tetris tonight? Because I could stop this live stream and we could do some Tetris soon. What do you say? Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about comedy. If there's any other comedians. Um, there was another one, Kevin Hart. Now Kevin Hart is kind of funny. I only saw a few clips of it, but he's pretty funny. But like I said before, Tim Hawkins and Michael Jr. are my favorites. Now, if anybody has any names of some comedians, okay. Eric says, I just need to finish something and we can play. I was spacing out listening to you. Oh, well, thanks. Thanks for listening, Eris. You're a pal. Yeah, Eris is my Tetris buddy. Yeah, yeah, well, oh yeah. So yeah, I like Tim Hawkins and Michael Jr. because they can actually talk about things that are funny without just saying a bunch of cuss words and without everything being a sexual reference. So I can appreciate their comedy. But I would encourage people to comment, what are some names of comedians that you like, you listen to? Do you have any YouTube links to them talking or something like that? You know what I mean? Because I listen to comedians all the time. I'll be playing Tetris, have the sound off, and I'll be listening to some comedian tell jokes while I'm playing Tetris. So that's as close as I come to multitasking. It's amazing. So yeah, let's see. I need to have a short bathroom break, but I think I'll keep the stream going for just a little bit longer. Okay. Oh, okay. We have another comment. Jeff Dunham, he's funny. Also, Mark Lowry is a Christian comedian. Oh yes, I remember Mark Lowry. I think I think my mom and I used to listen to him a long time ago. He was pretty funny. I might have to listen to his stuff again, because yeah, the Christian comedians are just uniquely interesting in their own way. Let's see here. What else was I want to talk about? Because now I've got Tetris on my mind. Yeah, I'm gonna be probably playing some Tetris with Eris tonight. We'll see what happens. Um, hmm. Oh yes, one other thing I want to mention now. Recently, I've gotten into the game Skyrim. I actually have all of the Elder Scrolls games now, I believe. My friend actually bought on Good Old Games bought me the third and the fourth game of the Elder Scrolls series, and they came automatically with games 1 and 2. And games 1 and 2 are so old they run in the DOS box emulator. Apparently, they ran in DOS back in the old days, so they're very different than the modern Elder Scrolls games. But yeah, but Skyrim is the one that I first played in the Elder Scrolls series, and it's actually pretty good. What I like about it is that it lets you dual wield, so you can have the left click on the mouse do something, and the right click on the mouse do something. You can equip your spells, you can equip your weapons or your shields or whatever. I like that. Whereas, like I was playing the third game, I think it was Morrowind, and you could only have like one thing equipped, and or maybe I just haven't learned the controls yet, but it was strange. But the graphics in the Elder Scrolls series is just incredible. Like especially the fourth and fifth game looks so realistic. Skyrim looks real. It looks real as nature. I have a few videos I uploaded of just me walking around in Skyrim. Skyrim is interesting. So I was playing as a Nord in Skyrim on my first try. But then later on I was reading about the different races. Now, here's the thing is you have to be racist when you play Elder Scrolls. Here's why. Because the different races, you have the Nords, you have the Red Guards, you have the Dark Elves, the High Elves, there's so many, I can't remember the names, but there's like 8 or 9 different races in Skyrim, and they all have different abilities. Each race has specific special powers that only they can do, as well as different stats, things they're better at. So while a Nord is good at, swords and axes and a lot of combat wearing heavy armor, and they're good at that stuff. But if you want to be a magic user, you need to go with either a dark elf or a high elf. Now, it's interesting because the dark elves are dark. They're like the black people of the elves. And then the high elves are like the white people of the elves. Now, they're different, whereas the dark elves in Skyrim, they have the highest bonus at the start of the game of destruction magic. But the high elves also are like, they're well balanced. They have all kinds of magical abilities. They're all pretty good. So I went with the high elf because I read about them. So I just restarted the game as a high elf because a lot of people were saying online they make the best mages. And maybe at some point I'll also try Dark Elf and see how that's different. But Skyrim is actually kind of addicting, but not as addicting as Tetris. I love Tetris, and now all I can think about is playing video games. So maybe I will end this live stream soon. I mean, I've been going for about an hour, but is there anything else I should say before I leave? Or here's an idea. What if, oh, I know. What if I just continue my live stream and share my screen as I play Tetris? That would be an interesting idea. I could probably do that. Okay, actually, I have an idea. Because I'm going to be playing some Tetris with Eris tonight anyway. So I have an idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can load up Tetris Effect connected. Yeah, I'm going to play some Tetris because that's my favorite thing to do. Okay, so you can load up Steam. So I talked about comedy for the first hour, and I'm still going to be checking the comments occasionally here. But I might as well just keep streaming and play some Tetris. Then I can live stream my games I play with Eris. So right now I'm going to get on Tetris Effect Connected. Let's see here. And then I'm going to see if I can share that game. Um, yeah, this could be interesting because people who have watched my videos know that Tetris is still my favorite game to play. Also, one unique aspect of Tetris Effect is that as you play, you get experience points. And so you can you level up and you unlock avatars and other things. Okay, so I need to configure Tetris Effect. I'm going to set my options. I'm going to turn the music off in Tetris Effect. I like listening to the music, but at the same time, one annoying thing. Here's something very annoying: is that whenever I upload a Tetris video to TikTok or whatever, then I get this notice like, "Oh, your video's music has been muted because it contains copyrighted content." I'm like, "Of course it does." But then there will be a million other people who are using Disney's Encanto songs in their videos, and they're still allowed to stay, and they don't own the copyright to that. Like, seriously. Like, I kid you not. Like, okay, this is funny. So, Nintendo has allowed people certain games you can record videos of on your Nintendo Switch, and you can even upload them to Facebook and Twitter from your Nintendo Switch. You can log into your account and upload 30-second video clips of your gameplay. So Nintendo wants people to be able to do this. But when you do this, then Facebook's like, "Oh, this video contains copyrighted music that will be muted in 50 countries." I'm like, you had permission to upload these videos to have this music because Nintendo wants you to. They built it into their hardware. Like, seriously? Just Facebook is just stupid. That's just a fact. Whoever runs Facebook is stupid. But a lot of my friends are on Facebook, and that's where I have like 5,000 friends. So that's why I still use Facebook, because I have an audience, you know? Eris is ready. Okay. Well, let's see. Which platform are you on? Let me see here. Okay, I need to sign into friends. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Because I was just loading up Tetris Effect connected. Did you want to do that, or did you want to do some Puyo Tetris? We can do either. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. You can keep the stream going if you want. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking we could play some Tetris Effect. Did you want to do that? Because I could try to invite you. Let's see here. Because I'm going to share my Tetris Effect screen. Okay, Eric says connect is fine. So I'm going to share screen. I want to capture a specific window. Okay, let's see if this works. All right. Let's see, is it working? Yes, it is working. Yeah, this cold weather has not been good for me. It's making me cough and blow my nose a lot, but I still feel great. Okay, so let's see here. Let me set up my screen in a certain way here. Well, I don't want my video to cover up the screen, so yeah, okay, let's just do a standard full screen share. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set something up. I'm going to go back to the game, and we're going to do some multiplayer, if we can here. Okay. So let's start out with some zone battle. Okay. I want to do a friend match. Um, let's see here. I'm going to invite Eris to a zone battle if I can. We'll do some of that, and okay. I also okay, I'm going to check the comments here occasionally. Okay, so Eris is in the game, so I'm going to invite Eris to a zone battle. This is going to be good. Yeah, excellent. Have to blow the nose. Okay, let's see how this goes. So I invited Eris to a zone battle. So when they join, then we'll be able to get started. There's Steam invite. Oh, what's oh yeah, there's something called Epic Maybe. So there's a way to invite people. Oh, and there's match options. Let me look at the match options. Okay. Oh, they have win count. Okay, it has one, two, three. Oh, you can choose how many wins in a row. Okay, let's try win count three. Um, oh, you can toggle. Oh, I see. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. Oh, set an unchanging speed for falling for problems. Well, we don't need to necessarily do that. Okay. Set the speed of controls. Line here is another function. Slow, normal, or fast. Let's leave everything normal. Um, yeah, I'll want to leave everything with default. Okay, Eris is there. Okay, yes, we are gonna get this party started. I'm just looking at the match options, but now I'm gonna be in the game with Eris soon. Let's see if this works, and if my screen holds out, then I'll be able to play at the same time as 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 the screens here. Let's see how this works. This is going to be great. Okay. Mhm. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm going for now. This is just awkward. Okay, I'm just going to have to freestyle. I had something I was trying to do, but I think I just messed it up. Yep, this is crazy. Oh yeah. And Eris is actually really good at tennis. I'm not really much of a quick thinker, unfortunately. So yeah, it's getting quite awkward. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, that was a mess. Like I didn't know what I was doing there. I need to keep my stack lower because I just topped out. That was a bad run. Once my pattern broke, I had a problem. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Yes. Okay, early keys. Start out with my mechanical key spin. I'm playing Tetris with Eris. Yeah.
Or it's still in your live stream.
Yeah, I'm streaming still, but I'm also playing Tetris with Eris at the same time and recording the game. So it's just amazing. Oh, I lost the second match. Oh man, that's the thing is I love my mechanical T spins, but then Eris can just top me out by sending me garbage. Yeah, I need to be super careful. But sometimes it just works out. Sometimes, as long as I have a good way of clearing the garbage before it gets too high, I can do it. Ooh, yeah, see, that time I was. That time, Eris topped out because I was sending the garbage so fast. See, it's sometimes it's kind of hit and miss. It can happen. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. But I love my mechanical T spin, so I pull off when I can. Otherwise, like right now, I'm doing the T can because it's super reliable. Okay, we'll do that, 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 that. Okay, I know I'm living dangerously here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to clear some garbage here. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, that was just a bad move right there. What that was. Okay, okay, now that's the zone mechanic right there. Yeah, that was actually nice. So I used the zone. Oh, yep, and I topped Eris out. He clears many lines in the while you're in the zone as he possibly can. So this will be the final match that decides who wins. It's first to three, basically. Okay, so we got that, that. Okay, he's picked. He's picked. Ooh, I love that combo. Ooh, I did it. I actually won. That was lucky. Oh man. Yes, S rank. I did it. I won that one. It's hit and miss. Hey, we could retry it. I'll select retry. If Eric wants to retry it, that's fine. Otherwise, if Eric decides to quit, then we can try something else. So it's up to you, Eris. Okay, Eris is going to retry. Excellent. Okay, yeah, I want to hear from retry. I also want to see if I. Oh, see, I won. 30-second win. The mechanical T spin is just fast. It's the fastest, probably the fastest way to spin garbage. Unless, of course, you can like perfect clear every four lines like some of these insane people. But most people I know can't really pull that off of real gameplay. It's a carefully calculated thing. Okay, got that, got that, got. Yep. Just have to freestyle it. It's really the only way right now. Okay. Yeah. Man, this is terrifying. Okay, we got that, got that, got that, got that, got that, that. Ooh, man. Yeah, this is pretty scary. Okay, I won that one too. Amazing. Yeah, I'm not the best freestyler, but when I have a whole bunch of garbage, sometimes I like it down. But I just keep practicing. That's the thing about me. Is I just keep getting better because I keep trying all the time. Okay, I just have to clear some garbage. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna clear as much garbage as I can here. Okay, yeah, I didn't really do all that well that time, but hey, I gave it a shot. Oh, spiked out. Oh man, I just didn't have a very good setup there. I should have used my zone a little bit sooner. But yeah, I mean, hey, I love my mechanical team. So sometimes, even if I lose the game, I don't even care because I just have so much fun building up my mechanical team spin, and it's just fun to stand all that guard. Okay, team spin, team spin. Oh yeah, I did it. 26-second win. Oh, I love the T spins. The T spin factory is my signature move. Like it's just it's what I'm best at. Oh, okay. So Eris, if you can choose to retry or exit, what do you do? Because whatever you do, I'll do the same. Because I'm up for another one. If you want to keep trying, or if you prefer to exit and then do some score attack, we can do that as well. Okay, they have chosen to exit. All right. Okay. Okay. So let's see if it's still working. Okay. Yeah. Oh, good game. Yeah. Oh, Eris says, "Oh, good game." All right. So I'll invite you to some score attack if you'd like. We can totally do it that way. It won't let me choose. I'm down to play some more. Score attack is fine. Okay. All right. Okay. Um, okay. Let me actually wait. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go score attack because we've done a zone battle. Let me see. How do I? Well, actually, you know what? While you're still in here, let's do one more zone battle because we're both in here. Okay, let's do another one. If you're ready, because we should do a little bit more zone, but maybe score attack later. What do you think? We could go that route because I feel like I want a little bit more of our yeah. This is fun. Let's do a little bit more zone battle. I need to learn how to use the zone better, and then we can do some score attack as well. So that's always a lot of fun. All right. Oh yeah. Ooh. So not one quick. My mechanical T-spin is hard to beat. I mean, Eris is fast, and I like recording this video so I can view Eris's playstyle and see what it is they're trying to do. Okay, I'm for my easy game. That was fun. Oh no. Okay. Um, okay. That was that was that was wrong. Like, yeah, something didn't seem right there. Oh no, okay, I did not mean to do that. Oh man, like what happened then? I don't even know what happened. That was terrifying. Yeah, not sure what happened. Okay, yeah. My early TPs. The early TPs is kind of essential for my setup here. All right, T-spin. Oh, yes. T-spins win. T-spin for the win. Oh yeah. I've had a lot of practice with mechanical T-spin. It's kind of hard to beat. It really is. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. This is awkward. Yeah, okay. I messed it up there. Okay, yeah. I was kind of an early zone into there. Oh no, Eris is also trying to use the zone. This could get ugly. Ooh, man, Eris is a very fast player, I can see. Oh man. Yeah. That didn't happen at all. Okay. Somehow I'm still in the game. Not sure how. I thought I'd screwed up good. Alright. T-spin. Another T-spin. Yeah, I'm surprised I was able to pull off some T-spins there. Alright. Oh man, Carlin lost those. And that was a long battle. That was just long. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna do. Uh, yeah, that was unexpected. Like all of a sudden, all that garbage. I don't even know how Eris pulled that one off that fast. That was crazy. Yeah, my zone plan didn't really work out. That, 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 that. Oh man, dude, this is insane. Okay, yeah, I'm entering the zone, but I don't really have a plan exactly. That was probably a bad move. Hey, I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh man. Oh no. Oh, I should have used my zone. I had some zone meter built up. Man, that was crazy. There is just fast at sending that garbage so quickly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to review this for sure. This is just insane. Oh, that's right. Oh, I selected retry. If you want to retry or exit, if you choose exit, then we'll go for this kind of thing. Okay, yeah. Eris is exiting. All right. We're gonna try this. So now I'm gonna end this session, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna do a score attack. Score attack is a lot of fun. Score attack. Okay, so then I need to Steam invite, and I need to invite Eris to the score attack. Ooh, yeah, this is pretty cool actually. Good game. Yeah. Now we're gonna try some score attack. Now score attack is most interesting. What I like about score attack is that there's no garbage sent, which means that my pattern doesn't get broken. So we're going to try some score attack. Oh, initial speed. Let's try speed 5. I feel like speed 5 is actually not so bad. Right now, no garbage means I can relax a little bit. Okay, got that. Yep. Yep. This is the most awkward. Now I don't know what I'm doing. Oh well. I'm just gonna see where it leads me. I suppose in a mode like this, it would make sense to just kind of stack for Tetris on the side. That's kind of an easy thing to do. There's no garbage. I don't have to worry about being spiked out. But I like that aspect of it. All right. Tetris. That's yep. Lots of Tetris. This is fun. Yeah, I'm not even sure here. Yeah, this is that's awkward. That's just very awkward. Okay, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright. T-spin. T-spin. Alright. Tetris. T-spin. Oh yeah. So see, this is a score tactile, so it's about who has the highest score. That's really the only factor that matters here. Alright, so Tetris. Tetris. Okay, so far, I'm having the highest score. Wait. Oh, I see what Eris is doing over there. Eris is setting up the, like, what, the T-split triples? Oh, man. this. Okay, the game's getting faster. I can tell the speed up. Now I can't place the pieces efficiently and I could stop them. Yeah, that's getting pretty scary here. I can do it all. Let's see here. Whoa. Oh no. It doesn't even let me put the pieces where I want anymore. It's insane. The errors are like they're having no trouble with this. Oh, oh, I can't believe I actually got that piece in there. Okay, yeah, that was pretty weird. Okay, I did not mean to push that. Oh, dude. Amazing how this still goes. Okay, alright. The pieces are moving instantaneously. I can't take it. Ah, oh no. Yeah, the game just speed. We're at speed 21. I'm at speed 21. And so is Eris, man. I can't even believe it. See, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to comedy. You know? Like, this is true comedy right here. Oh no, it's going way too fast. I can't. I literally can't deal with this. Oh man. Like it just like way too fast. Like, but and then Eris is having like no trouble whatsoever, and that I don't understand. Like, hey, I'm a pretty good actor, but like they're just moving way too fast. We're playing the same speed. Like how does Eris like? Oh yeah. Like it doesn't even. that was okay. That was insane. Okay. Oh, there's some time left. I'm gonna use the left real quick. Yes. Hey, that's excellent. I'm willing to be tried if you are. All right. Okay, I'm gonna just set the initial speed at level 1. I I don't like too much fast. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to. All right. All right. So we got blue, red, yellow, green, cyan, purple, perfect clear. That was actually pretty nice. Now, well, now what? Yeah, I don't know if this is working out. So I'm going to try this, that there, that there. Okay, yeah, I'm behind score wise, but I think I may have messed this up. Yeah, I'm not sure that I know. Yeah, this is actually quite popular. Yeah, yep, I'm just gonna have to bounce that. Yeah, that did not even go very well at all. Man, that was not playing out very well. not really that good school attack, I think. I'm going to play faster if I can catch up with Harris's score here. Ooh. Yeah, I can't tell if Harris's score there. Ooh, it's getting too fast. Oh man, there's some school failed on that. Okay. Oh man, it's too fast. Ooh, this takes full concentration. won? How did I win? Oh, it lasted longer and somehow I scored. Oh man, that was good. Oh, I'm loving the score attack. It's relaxing. So it's up to Eris if we want to retry or continue. This is actually a lot of fun. Yeah, like that was insane, dude. Okay, Eris exit. All right. So, Eris, are you done for the night, or did you want to do a different mode? What do you say? Because I can see your comments here. You're ready for another one. I'm ready for another one. It's all up to you here. This is fun. Hmm. I mean, I don't see her say anything yet. So I'll start at another one. See if Eris wants to continue or if Eris wants to stop. Yeah, but that was a crazy comeback. Oh man. Yeah, let's see if Eris has said anything. Um, one more I have to go. Okay, Eris can do one more. All right, we're gonna do one more game. We're gonna go for it, man. Let's see if I can do any better with this score attack. Final score attack of the night. Okay. One for initial speed is fine because it gets way too fast later on, so I don't need higher speed. Okay, I'm going to yellow, red, green, purple, blue, clear. Yes, that's what I was looking for. So now I've got my mechanical T-spin set up, and I don't really need to rush right now necessarily. I'm just trying to build up that score. I got the mechanical T-spin going just where I like with the extra L piece on the left, the maximum stack lowering when the time comes. My favorite play style, building the high score, because when you're playing single player, you're usually trying to get a high score, and that's exactly what my mechanical T-spin is really good for. As long as I don't mess up and break my pattern, I should be doing pretty good. See, I can lower the stack there. You can't do that in just standard mechanical T-spin because I had that extra L, I was able to fill in that gap. Ooh, I love this. See this? T-spin. T-spin. I love those combos. They're exceptional. When they work, they really work. T-spin. Yes. Okay. That there. Always want to test it here at some point. All right. T-spin. T-spin. Yes, my mechanical T-spin is just so perfect. It just works. Lower the stack of that, and and then hope that, yes, I get another IPC. Perhaps if I didn't get an IPC, I might have not been able to do my next piece. Luckily, I did it. You're always taking a chance. Do those types of very long there. Okay, my stack is getting high, so we're going to do blue, yellow, orange, red, red, purple down there. So just stack the cards. And then we can resume. It's much lower, but it's still pretty high. Oh, disappear there. What I like about this particular map is it shows just how much I have practiced. I know all the mechanics of how to continue it infinitely, but I don't make any mistakes. Oops. I messed up the pattern accidentally. I thought the piece had already dropped down all the way, but I hadn't. So now it's just about a question of down stacking, trying to get the stack lowered. See that? What I did there is I topped out on purpose because then I realized Eris only has 2 minutes to make up for that score difference. So, since I know that Eris has to go soon, I took a chance and decided I'll just end this game early. Because after my pattern's broken, it's not quite as much fun. I like my pattern. So let's see if Eris can beat my score there. Eris might be able to beat my score. It probably will. It's no big deal, but either way, thanks for playing with me tonight, Eris. It's been a lot of fun, as it usually is. Eris, like I said, is my fitness buddy. This is a great match here. It's insane, isn't it? Pieces just come down way too fast. That's actually impressive. Yep. Eris is probably going to beat my score. Eris is coming close. Oh wow, that is fabulous. Yep. Harris is gonna beat my score. I see it. I think. Oops. 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 Ooh. Harris is struggling with the speed there. Oh, Harris beat the score. All right. Yep, Harris won that one. I did top out early, but thanks for playing so much, Harris. It has been so much fun. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for playing, Harris. Have a good night. This has been a fabulous live stream. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna exit, man, but this was just good. I guess I'm gonna end my live stream. Yes. Always a blast to play with you. Excellent. Yes, that was a fun time playing some Tetris Effect with Eris. We have a lot of fun. We're both very good. I'll be able to review our plays and see how Eris is doing. It looks like Eris knows how to do it. It's a T-spin triple, which is pretty hard. Oh, interesting. Cool. Well, I guess I'll end it, but this has been fabulous. As always, be excellent to each other. And party on, dude.